Nice red today.
Nice red today. It's 8:30. We're not late, and I think it's working.
Wow, that's a couple of shocks.
I think the only reason I say that is for some reason I've got some comments coming down the side. I quite often don't see these as much as you do, but I'll wait for you to actually tell me we are live, or someone can say hello. We can see you.
Yeah, definitely looks live. There was a nice picture of a bunch of drivers from the AMS, I guess.
Yes.
So yes, we are.
I've heard my voice.
Let me change
Marvelous.
Chat. So there we go. We are live. Well, hello everyone. Nobby is the first one on, saying evening, guys. Simon Lee, Slow Boy Racing RC. Evening, Simon, or Slow Boy, whatever your real name is. Duncan Wrist.
I think you need to turn your volume off, Lee.
It's not on me.
Is it not?
No.
Oh.
Are you getting a bad echo?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not on. I can turn it on and see if it helps. Evening, guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
Simon Lee,
Slow
Boy Racing RC.
Evening.
Hey. Yeah, remember there's about a 20-second delay, so if it sounds like an echo, it's definitely not.
That's gonna get complicated.
I can log off and back on and see how it works.
Let's see. It might have just gone.
Hello.
Don't go anywhere. Stay. Let's try that. How are we doing?
Hello. Does it work?
No, I can still hear myself about 20 seconds afterwards, but as long as the viewers aren't seeing that bit, that's cool. I'll deal with it. It's just like having voices in my head, like every day.
Yeah, perfect. Sometimes they're nice to listen to. So Duncan Riss said hi, sending some lockdown love. Sarah Campbell says evening from Sarah and Craig. Evening, guys. Winston Barnett said good evening, chaps. Evening, Winnie. Kev Brunston, good evening. Evening, Kev and Claire, and I don't know, I guess they're together. Depends if they're allowed to in lockdown. I'm sure you are, right? Winston Barnett says, I'll do, Kev. I don't want to, pointless me reading that out. Yayan, evening, guys. He's at the gym. So we'll catch up later. Are you allowed to be at the gym in Wales at the moment? I can't even hear you anymore.
I'm just being quiet. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay. Kengor Racing, which is Kenny Mock, says, Yo, Lee. Obviously, he doesn't like you, John. CJ says, evening, chaps. It's listen to you or chat with Malike is a real name. Yeah, obviously, we're more interested in Malike. Manny Panasal gives a thumbs up. Claire says, evening, boys. Evening, cakes by Claire. Duncan Neal says, hey, guys. Scott Follington said, good evening, guys. Weather was rubbish yesterday and today. Actually, yesterday, was it?
Yes.
Yesterday? Today was rubbish.
Yeah, today was rubbish. Yeah, Saturday was glorious, wasn't it? And Sunday would have been not too bad because it was scheduled to be our race as well, wouldn't it? So that's sad that didn't go ahead because we actually had a dry track, a very nice dry track to use.
Yeah, it would have been awesome, but hey ho. Cheers, Boris.
Yes.
Phil Truman, good evening, gents and ladies. Again, just
flipping it around. Mr. Truman is why we had a dry track.
He is. So well, not now because it's rained. It's wet again.
Yeah, it's a lot of work again.
Yes. Arvinder says, evening. Matt Thompson says, Desperados time. There we go. It's Monday night lockdown, everyone. Pour a glass and join us.
Yep, exactly.
Johnny Roberts says, hi. Hi, Johnny Roberts. John Glasbrook, can you put sub?
Can I do what? Can I put subtitles on?
I think you can later on, right?
I'm not sure. That would be fun to see. Is it?
It does it for you, yeah. Because if you watch any of my RC Cars at Rock videos, you can put subtitles on. I've never done it, so it must kind of work it out.
Particularly handy if you're northern.
Yeah. Jonesy Cram. Cram? What's cram mean?
Didn't we do this?
Yeah, I know. We do it every week. That's funny. Plus, I was on the phone to Jonesy earlier, and he said, "Why do you have to mention every week that it says cram and not like?"
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, so there you go. So hi, Jonesy Cram. Kengor Racing says, love the Vivian Westwood T-shirt. By the way, is that what I'm wearing?
Yes, it's a Nemo Racing by Vivian Westwood. I'm glad to see that you're rocking it. It's a collab. Collabs are all in these days, apparently, in the fashion. Not that I know anything about that, but apparently they're in.
Me neither. Mark Thomas says hi, and Digger says evening all. Craig Homer says evening fellas, and Rob Woodrow. Is that hard to say? You say it.
It was very easy for you to say. Rob Woodrow.
Yeah, okay. It's like a tongue twister of names. It says evening, so I think I've caught up now. Quite a few people saying evening tonight, so I'm glad everyone's being very vocal.
It's good. Yeah, it's very good to see lots online and having a watch of our rambles, which is cool. I see Glazer's just said or shout, so I guess we probably weren't talking loud enough. Change your hearing aids, Johnny.
He does know there's a volume button as well, right?
Possibly. Turn your volume up, Johnny. It's like trying to call John in for fuel at Nemo. You have to do it like 3 or 4 laps in advance because he won't hear the first few. But on the 4th or 5th, there's a chance he might pop in. The only problem is he likes to do 10 minutes as well, so it can get a bit tricky.
Yeah, yeah.
Start calling it 8 minutes, and then you'll be about all right.
There you go, perfect. And James Helliwell, all. Hope everyone's well. I'm Mr. Helliwell from Robin Hood Raceway. Great to see him online. First time I've seen him watching live.
Yeah, very good.
First time he's commented.
Welcome, James. It's good. That was a good shout out. It's nice to see lots of comments and stuff coming down the side and get some questions in as well because when we're in lockdown, it's quite difficult for us to pack these shows out with too many new products or exciting races or people to upset about who we think was good or bad. So we need some comments on the side. That will help us out. But I think we should go straight in because I like hearing your voice and it means I don't have to do anything into what's in your closet this week.
So in my closet, I mean, last week was pretty good, I thought. So
it was
going to be hard to top that. But in the week, I spent a little bit of time in my old garage at my mum's house.
Yep.
And I was looking through some stuff. I was actually looking for some vintage stuff. Some people would have seen I put vintage pictures up today of cars and that. And I found something which I think is truly awesome, and it means a lot to me as well. All these things mean a lot to me, but this one's very cool. So here it is. It's a bit dirty.
Let's see it.
It's probably the first time I've ever put it on my head.
World Championships. Look at that.
So this is the hat, which I guess you could buy from my first ever World Championship. So IFMA RC Electric Off-Road World Championship in Rauma, Finland, 1999. Now this hat is also pretty cool because it's been signed by Masami, who won Tool Drive at that race.
That's very cool.
This was signed by him. I remember him doing it, and we were outside his room actually, because back then you went to. I was a young up-and-coming buck. No one knew who I was. I mean, we just got a lucky entry to the Worlds. I was going to finish last or whatever. So we went. I was only young, and and we turned up, and we were made to feel so welcome. We drove a Yokomo, the MX-4 at the time.
Yeah.
Which we saw last week, so it's good. It ties in. Yep. I didn't even realise. And we went to them and we said, we're running the car. And I think we must have been introduced by someone of, much higher stead than we had at the time. Maybe Craig or something like that. I'm not sure. But they took us in there and Masami gave us, or his mechanic or whatever, gave us a bag of bits. Like, these are all the new parts. So we screwed them all on. And, you felt like it was truly involved with something. I remember it happened with Associated 2. We were running B3. And we got given a bag of bits, new shock towers and bodies and all this kind of cool stuff. And you just felt like it was such a... And back then, we didn't see it on the internet either. You remember? It was like, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's all cool. Cool stuff. So, yeah, I remember him signing that for me. And, one of my takes from that race, there's 2 things, actually. So one of them was, I remember going into his room and he had boxes to the roof all the way along the wall of the hotel room full of stuff. Tires, spares, whatever, like literally thousands and thousands of pounds worth of tires because it was open tire.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and it was a track that was made in like a it must have been in an ice rink. It didn't feel like an ice rink. It was an indoor sports venue, and yeah, they just made the track. So how do you know what's going to work? You have no clue at all. So you had to take every tire there was. They obviously did. We didn't.
8 scale now, that.
Yeah, but at least with 8 scale, you have some idea. You know, and back then in temp scale though, but you weren't sponsored for your tire, so you had Losi tires, Yokomo tires, everything. I seem to remember someone telling me that after the event they just threw them all in the skip because it was more expensive to ship them home. But there we go.
Yeah, I've heard stories to that.
Yeah, and anyway, so I got that call. Signed by Masami, says Yokomo on it. Awesome. He won the 2-drive event, not the 4-drive one, but awesome. And I remember one of the things I remember is so when we had a shower, obviously everything steamed up and the mirror steamed up. And I had a terrible time in 4-drive. I broke like most runs. And I remember I wrote Yokomo sucks on the mirror just because, I don't know, I was a young kid. And then it kind of disappeared and I went out. But when my dad went and had a shower, it steamed up again, didn't it? And it's still written in the mirror. So I remember that. And now look, here I am driving for them again. But yeah.
I suggest don't send them a good job. There's not a photo of that to send them in.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. But there you go. That's
wow. That's cool.
In the closet. It's not as long as the last one. It's probably the first ever time it's been on my head or anyone's head. But it was just awesome.
You do look fetching. You do look fetching it. You do look like you possibly could go and do some fishing on a trawler out in the Swedish or Finnish ocean for that one.
That is a 99 hat to a T, isn't it?
Or Mr. Wright, our own Graham Wright. He would rock that. He likes that slightly retro hat. Well, yeah, we could go with that. But no, that's a cool one. The closet stretched to a garage, but I like it. I think we should carry it on because it's very cool to see artifacts like that. A bit of racing history.
I've got another funny story from that event too. If you want to hear it.
I do. Tell me what happened.
So I wasn't massively close to him back then, but my dad was close with Mick, Neil Craig's dad, and they ran a Predator at the time. And I think he had a bit of a mare with his Predator. I think it broke in quite a few runs and he didn't have the worlds he wanted to. I think he was going there as a recent national champion. I think it was probably his first national championship with a car. So, expectations maybe were high.
Yeah.
And, he didn't get on too well in 4-drive. So after the 4-drive event, there's the day off because they used to run 4-drive and then 2-drive. I'm pretty sure it was that way around for this Worlds. So there was a day off, and in the day off, he wanted to tell his car off for being bad and wanted to and punish it for not doing as well as it should have. So this arena we were racing in it was like a dome. So it started one side and then it went over like this. It was like a big archway, and then it went it's like a big tunnel, kind of like what we want to do.
Yep.
On our track. So. But it was like a solid structure. Obviously, it was permanent. And they went, I reckon we should jump the car off there. So like, okay, and then they worked it all out. I don't know how the process went, but it ended up with about 25 Brits walking from the hotel to this arena on the day off to launch a Pred off the roof. So they've jumped up on top of like a doorway. And they've got the Pred and they've thrown it up, and Neil's just hit the throttle. I was stood next to Neil. I remember I stood quite far back, maybe not next to him, but on the same plot of land. He was still a legend at that point, and I was just a small child. But and he threw it on. He gave it gas, and it was a bit slippy, so it went like that, and it spun, and it headed back down. And I remember Drescher caught it, like goalkeeper caught it, because if he didn't catch it, it was broken. That walk was pointless.
Yeah.
He caught it. I don't know how, but they managed to catch it, and they did it again. And Neil just got it going, and this time and just crawled it up. I remember it being sat on the top, and you could hardly see it. It was like huge. It was over 100 foot up. It was massive. And and then he just set off straight off the end. It took flight for a while, and it was flying quite nice. And then he hit the brakes, and it just lawn darted into the floor, smashed into a million pieces. Like it was in half. There was 2 bits of it, and it was smashed to bits. And then there was a crazy German guy that wanted to set it on fire with motor spray, but we didn't want to do that.
I tell you what, 10th scale boys did things differently. That's how it's go, guys, back then. If any of our team drivers are watching and you've had a bad run somewhere, please don't do that with our equipment.
Yeah, don't set it on fire.
Come and talk to us first before we have a burning session.
So yeah,
Wow.
that was that Worlds. Yeah, it was pretty eventful, and that was
Memorable.
my first ever Worlds.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I don't know how you beat that. That's a bit rock star. That's the equivalent of throwing your TV out your room, isn't it? When it's not working out your way.
Yeah, there's been Euros where that's happened as well with RC cars.
Another
I'll tell you
time.
about them on the next time round.
Yeah, exactly. So whilst we're in lockdown over here, obviously in the States, they had a very big race at the weekend, a 450 entrant. It's a little bit misleading that because they run multiple classes, but still 450 entrants at the AMS, the Alabama Manufacturers Cup, which is a big race over there, which had all of the big names, or nearly all of the big names in the States at it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Very high entry.
Yes.
We had, unfortunately, Ryan couldn't make this race. It was a reschedule and it clashed with other bits and pieces. It was obviously something that was supposed to have happened earlier in the year and then got pushed back. But we had our two young guns in Tyler Jones and Brandon Rose there, and they produced arguably our best ever result that we've had in America as Nemo. I've got some pictures to throw up, hopefully. I'll start with Brandon. You'll see that in about 20 or 30 seconds. So he actually ended up being fifth in the Pro Nitro buggy. I mean, he's on the podium stage there with legends of RC. Quite incredible. And when you looked at the times, delved into the live RC, he was only a mistake or two away from being actually on a podium position as well. So absolutely incredible. He's 16 years old, Brandon. He's an absolute up and coming guy over there. We're lucky to have him. Same with Tyler, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, top 5 finish in that crowd. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw it come up on Circus RC today, and I was like, wow, he's done very well there. Fair play to him. I think we need to get his set up and try it out.
Definitely 100%. I mean, straight away in my mind, I was thinking, well, he's not running our special shocks that we're developing and all the various bits and pieces that we've found over the last few weeks even that are going to get, make their way over to the States and stuff. So super, super impressive. To back that up, Tyler Jones was there. Again, another youngster for us. He only gets out to do sort of 5 or 6 races a year. So he doesn't have like a full program like all of the others. Again, these guys are two that Billy's worked hard to pick up over the time. And I mean, yeah, arguably his results are just incredible. A P2 in Nitro Truck, and just a sniff away from Jared that won it. Again, the people that you'll see up on that podium there. When you're racing, like for me, I obviously like Dakota Fend. He's a standout guy. When I watch him trackside, when his stuff's working, he's just absolutely incredible. To be fairly and squarely beating those guys when you're running a race program of only 5 or 6 races a year is absolutely incredible. I think it shows our product in such a nice light as well. Just blown away with what the guys achieved. So he had a P2 in Nitro Truck, in e-buggy, which I think is not that one that's coming up in a minute, is that slide. He actually tied on points for second, but on countback he had a P3. So again, he podiumed in the Pro e-buggy class. Just wild, really. He had a P2 in the first one, and again, when you look at the results, he went into that second leg of the Pro e-buggy with a chance to win, and he was literally, the three of them, there was really nothing between them, so it could have fell his way again. Ended up with a third. Absolutely incredible result. And again, you see the people that are behind them. Just awesome. Blown away. I couldn't really believe it. It's like, is this really happening? Then to cap all of that off, we won the sportsman class. So that's an outright win of the sportsman class with Mark Thomas, and we won the 40 plus class with Rob Gleason as well. So we had 2 podiums, a 5th, and then won both of the other classes. The sportsman's class and the 40 plus class, those sort of things are close to my heart because they're the guys that are out there spending the money and choosing what they're going to run, and they've got a great choice because there's a lot of good products on the market, like we know. So I think all in all, that's probably the best holistic showing that we've ever had in the States. we're a tiny team over there when you're going up against those big manufacturers in their own backyard. Just awesome. So massive well done to all of those guys. If you're watching, thank you very much from all of us, and obviously to Billy as well, because he's the guy that's making or putting these people together to be out there representing us at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. That is a very awesome result from both of the guys. Yeah, well, all of them. Very,
Yeah,
very good.
just mad. It looked a cool track. It looked very quick again. Big jumps, typical American. It looks a cool race to go and do that manufacturer shootout. It was one, even like way back in the day when I was still trying to do these international races, that I thought, well, that looks a cool race to go and do. I can remember at one point they had it on like a sugared track with loads of traction, and that appealed to me. A bit of traction, it makes it a bit easier to drive the cars. But yeah, exactly. So really good, and yeah, I mean they're probably the only race in the world that there's 450 entrants at in this time. They seem to have just jogged on anything to do with the coronavirus like it doesn't exist.
Fair play. Yeah, I did that race in 2011.
Did you do it? Oh, I think we've spoken about that actually before. Yeah, I remember now. And was it good?
Yeah, I made the main in both classes. I was driving Tamiya's, so that was a success.
And was it sugared then? Was it outdoor and sugared at that one?
No, it was indoor in a big horse arena. But I mean, the track was awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And you pitted in stables, basically you had your own stable. So yeah, basically just haven't got the teeth for it. But yeah, it was
we can work on that.
But we should do it next year if we get a chance to go to America again.
Yeah, it would be amazing. I know there's a big want for us to go over and do a few of the races in the States, even like in our team as well, something in Texas, to go and see Billy and back up what the guys are doing there. They've got some cool tracks, some cool facilities. There'll be something that definitely lines up, wouldn't it, to go and do some of these races?
Yeah, wicked. I look forward to it. I'm getting withdrawal symptoms from not traveling to race. Let's get out there. As long as we're allowed, let's go.
Yeah, we should have tried to have done that one, really, retrospectively.
Wouldn't have been allowed in, mate.
No, probably not. No. They turn me away every time anyway. Apart from the
no one can go in at the moment.
Yeah. Our biggest issue will be now, it's already, I know they've already had some contact from other manufacturers. It's really hard when you've got young guys and you try and give them a nice environment to learn their trade in. As soon as they have some breakthrough results, the guys with the bigger wallets come along and they try and nick them. And I know that's already been happening as we speak. But hopefully we'll try and keep hold of those two. That'd be a great to build our future with those guys.
Yeah, 100%. It would be wicked to keep them. And a big shame for them not to stay for a while. And yeah. Sure, I mean, I've been through it all, and they only need to ask if they need some advice on what to do and where I think it would take them.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. So anyway, that was our good race results. I don't know what else we've had happen this week. We've had finally had our bigger gamma order arrive and beta order today, which is fantastic. So that's been busy going out on the shelves this afternoon with Mr. Truman, Esquire. So we'll have that online probably after this show. I'll be working away on that, if not by tomorrow morning, which is good. We've been waiting for that one for a while. It's been quite hard getting stuff in. The pandemic is definitely making it a little bit more tricky for all of us, I think, in the industry to get stuff in. I know some of the other manufacturers are struggling quite badly at the moment on supply and stuff. But yeah, so that's good for us. We're finally set.
Yeah, I saw the big order come in. Phil was sending me pictures. I was going to put them on Facebook. We got to get Phil a better phone though, because the quality of the picture was definitely iPhone 5, not iPhone 12, whatever it is now.
I think it was a Nokia N95.
Yeah, probably 50. He was playing Snake at the same time he was taking pictures.
Yeah, definitely. We need to have a competition. Yeah. Snake. Be quite good at that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's great the stuff's come in, so that when that goes online, that'd be awesome. People can get ordering because a few people have asked me only today when stuff was coming in, and I said, just wait it's 24 hours and we're good to go.
Yeah, exactly that. And then the next big thing from my point of view in organising is when we put the reschedule of race 7. So yes. I don't know what people think, and I don't know whether anybody else has done any dates or stuff. Theoretically, obviously, as we come into that week of the 2nd, 3rd of December, we should be okay. barring, and obviously the authorities saying that we are okay to get going again. I don't know whether we should leave it a week and do the week after. It's going to be into December, so I'm quite keen to get it penned in as early in December as we can. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, ideally we try and smash it out straight away. The only race that I know of is Slough. We're trying to put a race on the 5th, the indoor.
Okay.
As long as they were allowed to, they were going to do it on the 5th. It's also my boy's birthday on the 5th.
Okay.
But then it's Sunday's the 6th. It's whether we do that Sunday or the week after. I don't know what's out. Maybe people on the side can tell us who's ready to put dates out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd pen down the 6th without speaking to you on various, or anything else that was going on. But theoretically, the 6th would have been a good date for us to get that race in. Obviously, you never know on the weather and all those other great things, but it'd just be nice to have something to know that we're building into, looking forward to. And again, we'd roll the entries forward that was penned in for the 8th of November. If that doesn't suit them, that's obviously absolutely fine. Drop us a line and we'll refund your entry.
Yes, but yeah, 6th. I mean, unless it clashes with something major, let's go for that.
Okay, sounds good to me. You heard it here first. Good Lord, I nearly just knocked my wine off the table. That would have been the end of the show.
That would have been disappointing. So yes, I think we're going to be out of lockdown, but also depends on. From what I understand from today, is we'll be coming out of lockdown, but then it will go into its tiers like it was before. So location, geographically set. Obviously, there was some big news today, wasn't there? That the vaccine looks like it's on the way, hopefully. So that should mean that 2021 is moving in the right directions.
Yeah, which would be very nice. It'd be wonderful to get to look into that year and have a normal calendar and all the great races. I know I was speaking with Frank from Montpellier recently, and they're still putting in the plans to try and move forward with their race, which will be something, again, that we support massively. We've done so every year, really, with Nemo, which kind of kicks the season off a little bit, doesn't it? So fingers crossed that we'll be getting back into some sort of a normal year next year with lots of exciting races to look forward to.
Yeah, that's it. You got to plan that route a little bit better now.
Which one? Oh yeah, it's just a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be more marginal.
Marginal. So yeah, that's it's good news. Someone has asked on the side, which I think would be a good time to take it up. Has everything that's come in just standard replacements, or is there any new cool bits?
There possibly might be some new cool bits, and I'll know more of those when I delve into it slightly more comprehensively later on this evening, and see what we actually got. There's normally some new bits. Arrive that I'm not, but I can't say what they might be just yet.
Yeah. Teaser, but there's quite a lot of boxes to go through for old Phil.
There's quite a lot of boxes to go through. Yeah, exactly.
So, anything else to report before I go on the comments?
I don't think so.
We've got the new product coming, which we.
Yes, yeah. We mentioned it before. I threw it up by error earlier, and now we have the final version of it before it goes off to pull some bodies out of it. So it should be up on your screen anytime now.
Cool. I'm sure it will turn up over there. I know what it is.
Smart. Yeah, exactly. So that's our first body into the 8th scale stuff. Obviously, we've been really successful with the 10th scale ones, with your designs on the Apollo and the Delta, along with our man Jonathan. They've been perfect. They work so well. Lexon's been fantastic as well in terms of longevity and stuff like that. So it's given us the leap of faith to getting to doing some 8th scale bodies as well. So this is the first one born out of that project. I think it looks cool. I'm a fan of our standard shells as well, I have to say, but that is, like we discussed extensively before, on a performance basis, I think that is going to be a winner for us.
Yes, I think so too.
There we go.
So yeah, this is you get the mold in the background and you get a finished mold in the foreground. One is like a special way that we've managed to make molds that doesn't cost us a massive fortune, because molds can be expensive. So we've done it a special way, and there it is. Now it just needs, it's getting a few pulls. If it's its first kind of pulls this week, they'll be sent to us. Then we just put the lines on them once we fit it to the body properly, and we're happy with everything, and then it's ready to go. So about a week.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be close, that one, which is good. Maybe we'll have some guys running that at race 7 from our guys.
I'm sure we will, but Talbot needs to paint some bodies, and we know that can take a little while.
Mr. Talbotini is a hero.
Yeah, not for you. You get 1 million bodies.
It's just got to be nice.
It's got to be nice. You practice for race bodies.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, actually, I'd be happy running one colour shells anyway. I don't mind.
Yeah. What colour would it be?
I used your colours last time.
I know, yeah.
That confused the shit out of people. That was good fun. I didn't actually take that to its full advantage. I could have been raping everybody. That's wrong. I could have been taking everybody out that I could find and just saying, bloody Lee, he's awful.
Yeah. Awful today. Terrible driving.
Awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah. But
anyway. I was doing the same, but it wasn't working.
Well, I tend to do that anyway, but I just didn't do it to its full extent. If I do it, it's by accident. I should have actually meant to have done it. I'm disappointed in myself. On that bombshell, take it to the comments, mate.
Taking it to the comments. So here we go. So we got a hi from Norway. I'm not even going to try and say your name.
Come on.
Yeah, I am. Come on. Kaitil, Yaitil, Bernstein. Can you see it?
Yes.
Go.
What you said.
Come on, you can't back out that quick.
I'm gonna go with Ketil Bernstein.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Sounds Finnish. Norwegian.
And sorry, we'd like to pronounce it properly. We're doing our best.
Yeah, we apologise. So John Glazer says he has to learn to lip read. Yayan, did you get a Gammon delivery in John? Yes, we did, Yayan, as you probably heard. I'm a bit late on the old comments. Scott Follington, have you got a date in mind for the rearranged meeting? Okay, I'm going to skip on for everything I think we've answered.
Date in mind for okay. No, oh yeah, okay. Oh, Duncan Neal, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Duncan. So, Duncan Wrist, what do you see?
One second, before we get to Duncan, we need to say hello to Quincy. Quincy Aberdeen in Bermuda that's watching. That's cool. Hope you're well, buddy. He's ran Agama stuff from, I think, before even we took over Nemo USA. So a very, very, very long time. He does a cool job of representing us. So cool to see you online.
Wicked. Hi, Quincy. And we need to go there for a race.
Yeah, we do. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Craig Homer. No, you're wrong. Masami is not the only driver to win a world title using sticks because Neil Craig has done it for sure. Duncan Wrist, what do you see as the next big step in either 1/10 electric or 1/8 nitro? Anything that we're seeing in full-scale motorsport that can potentially be transferred into RC? Cheers. I'll answer that question then.
Yeah, you do that one. I was just going next question, so you answer it.
So yes, I think there is a lot that can be done still. I still don't think we've reached the full potential of either, obviously, because we could have said this 10 years ago with rear motor cars. Have we reached the limit? And then all of a sudden the game changes, and we unleash a whole ton more performance. I think that can be done again, and I'm hoping that we can push on and be the guys to do it for you. But yes, for sure, there is big potential. All it is finding ways to make it doable, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes as well, it's a little bit of Back to the Future. I think things go in such big circles. That's what I've seen in 30 years of being involved with this. And someone will come out with something and go, oh, this is something new. And you think, well, actually, I saw that in 1985. Somebody come up with that idea. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's time to see some new innovation again. That's also scary because I think when you step away from the norm, you put yourself out on a plateau on your own, which is hard. In 8 scale, we saw Team Durango do that with their 8 scale project, which to look at as someone that liked RC looked fantastic and it looked brilliant, but it was a complete turd, wasn't it, to be fair to them? And they spent a lot of money getting a lot of good drivers that couldn't do very good with it and didn't stick around, which is a shame. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get that balance right between trying to push forward and not making a misstep. But I do believe, like you, mate, there's always room. There's always room to make something better, I think. And that's why, we have guys like yourself and the other pro drivers out there and the engineers and the designers. They're out there trying to come up with something that's a bit better. I think it's been stagnant for a while, and it is definitely due a
shake-up.
Yeah, due a shake-up. And some more lemon drizzle cake.
Yes, sir. So there you go. That answers that one. And yes. Johnny Glasbrook, how old did I say I am? I'm 21, John. 21.
Why does everybody reach for 21? That is actually a very serious topic. I wouldn't want to be 21 again. 21 wouldn't be for me.
No?
31, maybe. And you're 41? Not a million miles away, but 41. God, an old bugger at 41, isn't it?
I don't know. 21 just sounds young, doesn't it? It's like the whole world's in front of you. There's no stress.
No stress. Good
no
Lord.
Stress.
No.
But no, I'm mid-30s, Johnny boy.
Carrying it well, hey, Glazer?
It hurts when I get out of bed in the morning sometimes. So yeah, it's that age. So
I was gobsmacked when I found out Johnny Glasbrook was 102. I had absolutely no idea. He looks he's rocking it well. Just keep taking the same pills.
Yeah, and keep wearing those dancing shoes, I would say.
He's got the style.
He's got the style. So, Johnny Roberts, what are your thoughts on carbon wings on Cavaliere's front arms?
I think they look nice. I think they look nice. I think they're also illegal. If I'm looking at to the letter of the law of where wings are supposed to be on cars, I think you'd have to squint to think that they're legal, honestly. But they haven't been challenged by any federations that I know of. It doesn't quite work so easily on our car because we don't have a wishbone on the front for various design reasons. So it's a little bit more difficult for us to do something, although I'm sure we could come up with something if we felt that there was the need to. Past that, I haven't got massive thoughts on them really either way. What about yourself?
So, I mean, this stuff's nothing new. I was testing this on the Mugen in like 2014, 2013. So it's just the fact that someone's released them in carbon that they've become more popular, I think.
Yeah.
You're right, though. I mean, when I ran them, I was advised by Mr. Alan Dell that I could not use them at a BRCA National or IFMA for races because it's be having two. You can have one. You could literally have one on one side, but you couldn't have a rear wing. You're allowed one wing on a car, apparently.
Right.
So, yes, not really deemed legal. I tell you what scares me about him is if you crashed quite hard into someone's leg with them things on, it's quite a blade to get you, I would say.
I'd be worried that they'd broken my carbon insert.
Yeah, on the shin, yeah.
Yeah, they'd limp off all right, but I've got to buy another bloody insert.
Yes, yeah. I mean, if they were like 3 mil carbon, I think you'd be okay. But like the 1 mil stuff, I think it's very sharp.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But, in America, the rules are a lot more relaxed than stuff over here. But I see people use them in Europe and stuff. I think they look cool. They do have an effect for sure. But if you go into big races, I dare say that you might be told to take them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Winston Barnett, need a Wales Nemo track, boys. Now Wales is out of lockdown.
Yeah. I thought you'd made one win with I saw you had a piece of land that you looked like you'd made something that resembled a
trying.
Wild.
Quincy says, how far is the track from Sheffield University? It's about 2.5 hours. 3 hours. 2.5.
Yeah, not far.
Not too bad.
Obviously, Quincy, you've got to have something that's relevant in Sheffield, so not far. And if you ever want to come over, I'm quite happy to say you just get to wherever is convenient for you, and we'll find a way to get you to come down to the track. I think that would be very cool.
We'll work it out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Craig Homer, someone sprayed motor spray in my motor when I was revving it once. Took all my eyelashes and eyebrows off.
Whoa.
So don't do that.
Nice. No. Choose some better friends. They sound like my kind of friends.
Yeah, sound like 1990s RC racers.
Yeah.
So Linda, Don and James say hi all. Hope all is well and safe. Johnny Roberts gives a wave and say hi, Don and James. Mark Thomas, awesome car, ran excellent all weekend. From Mark Thomas.
Fantastic. You must have been out doing some racing.
Yeah. Dr. Feelgood, what are your thoughts on RCGP and would you enter a team? We answered this the other week, didn't we?
Did we?
I think we did. But anyway, we can answer it again.
Yeah, we can. We can come back to that. I'm just worrying about Winston's observation levels. No wine, John? ? I'm fairly sure that this glass has been drunk relatively extensively. There we go. Well, yours is empty. You've got much cooler glasses than I've got.
Mine says Lee.
Of course, naturally.
It was my anniversary present.
From?
Liz. 10 years.
What anniversary? Yeah, exactly.
10 years.
10 years. When was it 10 years?
On the 9th of the 10th, 9th of October.
Oh, wow. Very belated, happy 10-year anniversary.
There we go.
Didn't know that.
We go. Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Blimey. So, Win, yes, we've had a glass of wine. I've just poured another one. We were on a Merlot tonight.
I'm on a Shiraz.
We didn't do that. You're on a Shiraz. Okay.
Shiraz. I'm going to go get another glass in just a second. I'll ask the next. Well, let's do the RCGP one. Would you enter a team? Go.
Would I enter a team into RCGP? At the current prices that are required to pay to enter a team, no. I think that a lot of it is a fantastic idea. We definitely have covered this in a previous episode, but I think there's a lot of it that's very good. I think the media productions and stuff those guys are doing are out of this world, and they definitely are pushing forward with how things look and what our sport is. So all of that side I'm a big fan of. But the actual fee to enter, I don't think it fits with us, and I don't think it fits with... Oh, it's a doggy. I don't think that it fits with what our market is, I guess. I think, we can all dream that every man and his dog and lady is going to have a model car, and we can go on TV and we can spend this money to enter a team into this big, wonderful series, and that's going to, work on a business model for everybody. But I don't think that's reality. Unfortunately, I think we'll always be a little bit niche. And so I don't see a very big return on investment on spending a load of money to enter a team. And then it's not just that, it's sending the guys, your two team members, to locations. They've done some things, I think, for 2021 that's going to help that. I think they've reined it in a little bit, and we're not going to, out to Mongolia or the Philippines. All these are the lovely places that are wonderful places to go, but by their nature, they're very expensive to actually send your people to, and very expensive to send your equipment to, and all those other things that go with it. So I think that they're reining it in a little bit, which is good. And I think there's maybe 2 or 3 rounds in Europe and the same in America, something like that. Leroy, you'll be able to correct me because you'll know more than me, which will help. But it still remains when you're doing your box artwork, the bit that you want to put on your box is an IFMAR champion or an EFRA champion. And despite 3 or 4 people telling you, no, that's rubbish, what you actually want is an RCGP, that doesn't have any heritage. It's like somebody trying to say Formula One's rubbish, and that's happened several times, and this new series is the one that you want to do. It's probably not. We want to have that heritage, and we can go and enter the EFRA GP, and we can go and enter the IFMAR World Championships and all those other things. And barring the cost of sending the guy like Leroy there to race in it and their race entry, we can do that for a much more affordable cost as a manufacturer or distributor or whatever you want to be. So bit of a long answer. I've rambled on a bit, Leroy. You've heard most of that, I think. But I'm fans of what they're trying to do. I like it, but I think just some of the other bits of it don't quite fit just yet for us. So no, we wouldn't be entering the team in 2021 from my point of view.
There we go. Moving on. Ads RC Racing says, what do you think of the new engine tuning video made by the Finnish idiot, which is JQ? Would there be anything that you would do differently? I guarantee you haven't watched it.
No.
Nor have I. Although I have heard,
guarantee it.
I've heard it's quite good.
Joseph is a very, obviously Joseph's a big part of what RCGP is, and he's an intelligent chap and he knows his stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised. Good video.
Exactly. And the other guy that helps him out is Matt, who is a big part of RCGP as well and is very good with all the media stuff.
Matt's lovely. I love Matt. I've got a lot of time for Matt. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. And so we both haven't watched it. I'm going to say the advice is probably pretty good and pretty reliable. Just, I don't know. We'll have to watch it to comment. So I wouldn't like to comment either way, apart from saying it's not going to be bad advice. He's not.
I wouldn't think so.
No, he's not going to tell you rubbish. CJ, we've answered your question. John has answered that. Cheers, John. Hopefully, won't remember new entry. Scott Follington says 1066 is on the 13th of December.
Okay.
Westmill are the week after the first weekend, I guess. So maybe they're the 13th as well.
Okay, so that would be good.
SCRC is on the 20th of December.
Kev's our like go-to. He knows the dates of everywhere, anywhere that's raced.
Kev,
Bible.
Be with me and you. Blair. Sometimes it's not a great mix because either of us use social media to its full.
Who, you or I?
Yeah.
No, don't use it for...
We both don't look at Facebook streams and stuff like that. So we're pretty bad with shit like that, and we need Kev to help us out.
Yeah, exactly. Keep us on the straight and narrow.
Yes. I normally ask someone the week before what's on, because normally I don't have to because we've got nationals and warm-ups and Euros and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it feels like we're fishing for places to go almost. Phil Truman, there are lots of bits because he's got to unpack them all. Whee.
Bless him.
Bless his little cotton socks. I was going to come up tomorrow, but with the track being underwater, I don't know how useful I'd be.
Massively.
You going up tomorrow?
There's a lot of stuff that needs to. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Leon's come online. He says, "Now, boys, now then, Leon." Dave Blakely says, "Cheers, guys. Good to see you." There's more people coming all the time.
Good. That's good.
That's a Bukeki party.
We've got to keep packing it out. Everybody get a glass of wine so it doesn't look so horrific.
You missed my innuendo, and it was brilliant as well.
What was it?
I said there was more people coming all the time. It's like a Bukake party.
Good, look at that. Sorry.
So let me just try and find a good question. Do you think DXR may happen next year from Scott Follington?
I think if there is a way that it can happen, the guys will do it. They are absolute racists through and through, the DXR guys. I know their race obviously was very close to that original lockdown. And we were going to be title sponsor again for DXR. We were the previous year too. So we had quite a few conversations going on about, their stance on what was going on as to whether it was going to be able to take place and all those other good things. And they were super keen until the end to try and put that race on for everybody. So I'd be very surprised if they didn't feel the same way again. The only thing that might hamper that is college views. Obviously it's a agricultural college as well, with the dorms and stuff, which kind of makes part of that race special, doesn't it, that you can stay on site for so many people. They can stay on site in the dorms there, that are there for the students ordinarily. But I would have thought if there's any way possible that they would put that race on, and if there's any way possible, we'll be there trying to sponsor it and help them out as much as possible as well. They're cool guys. It's an awesome race. So yeah, fingers crossed that would be on the list. But I actually haven't heard anything from them since they were all at the Nemo track having a buzz around.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Yeah, me too.
So CJ, well, I'll tell you what, Manny, any thoughts on doing some helpful YouTube guides for bullet agama? I mean, I try and do some agama ones, which you've seen with products and stuff. But yeah, we were going to do some over the winter, weren't we? With everything, everything.
Yeah, definitely. I think Manny was up with us on the Wednesday before lockdown, having a cruise round, and as anyone's welcome that was there, he had a go with my car as well, and I think that. Well, you tell us, Manny, what did you think? I haven't seen it. I heard it from you at the time, but I haven't actually seen it written anywhere. Tell me what you think of that product that that you're running around, which is in essence the same as yours. And I think that's a real key point of RC stuff is they're all great if you set them right. If you don't set them right, none of them work. It doesn't matter whether it's won world championships or anything else. If they're not set right, they don't handle well. And so, yeah, I think doing some explanatory YouTube videos, the two of us, we could do something together, couldn't we? Obviously in lockdown, it's a slightly different lockdown for us because it is our business too, and so we are trackside most days, and so yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to do, just try and run through some things and what we do or why we do it. We'd give it a try, see if people like it. It'd be good.
Yeah, definitely. We need to do it. Did you see my RC Cars at Rock video today?
I haven't watched it. I've seen it's gone live, which is cool. I've done about 400 miles driving today in lockdown, but I will watch it and see. What car was it?
So it was a 511 four-wheel drive car today, European champion car.
It was just I watched that. That's important.
Yeah, exactly. I played with
because I know you like that car. So
yeah, there you go. It's a good car. But yeah, I played with green screen. So
okay, cool.
Different backgrounds and stuff. So
yeah,
we can do that on our video.
Nice.
So yes, yeah. Let me move on. Next question. CJ, what do you reckon is the best way for RC to become more mainstream and hit a wider audience?
Oh, that's a good question. Very, very good question. And I think it's something that sometimes the BRCA do very well, and sometimes because maybe there's different scales going on and we don't see it. Sometimes I feel it goes on the missing list a little bit. So like when we saw the MKGP, for example, that is an awesome platform. Anyone that doesn't know that's a race that happens inside a shopping centre, inside a very big shopping centre in the UK, and it has 10th electric off-road doing a demonstration. Basically, they run a race, but people come and watch it, and the BRC are there with stands that you can come and have a go with some simpler stuff. That is the way to get people into RC, in my opinion. You need to put it in front of an audience that wouldn't ordinarily see it, because it is niche. And it's even like us with our track. It's great and we all have a great time and stuff, but it's quite difficult to get new blood in because they don't know it exists. So you need to go and find a forum where people that would normally not see RC stuff on Facebook or any of these other things, and a shopping center is a perfect example of that. I mean, it's almost in a way like Tesla, what Tesla have done with their business model of having showrooms in a shopping center. And I'm sure the motor industry at the time thought, what the hell is that? They're off their heads, what they're doing. But it was genius, because suddenly you've put your product in front of people that would never ordinarily stumble across it. And I think that's perfect marketing. So doing events like that in shopping centers where there's big crowds and they can come and say, oh my God, this is cool. I used to have one of those when I was 10 years old, and I didn't even know that you could go and do racing and all that sort of stuff. That's how you get more people into it. And that's my argument a little bit with RCGP, is it's fantastic and great for all of us guys that love it, but that doesn't bring in another load of people. It brings in people that are already in the hobby, and that's where the value is not there, because you need to have that new influx coming in to be able to justify charging people to come and do your race. That's what I think.
Yep, I agree.
Car shows. I mean, when I was younger, bud, like in 8 scale, sorry to butt in again, but we used to do a national at a safari park, which was awesome. Like on a bank holiday Monday, there used to just be crowds of people watching Eight Skull go around for all of the different finals. We used to do a car show at Ipswich, which again was like a really big car show that had loads of people. There was things like, and I think it still doesn't exist, like Wings and Wheels, like a big show. We used to do Holton, RAF Holton, which was like a big model expo thing that had loads of people visiting. We used to put it in front of people that had never seen it before. That's exciting. That's how you get people in, because it's cool. I mean, I love it. I'm passionate about it. Even now, as I talk about it, I'm passionate about it. You see it and you think this is really cool. None of that, by and large, exists now. We go to tracks that are hidden away in the middle of nowhere, and we know about it because we're doing it. But the general public, they've got absolutely no idea what's going on.
No, exactly, and that's where it needs to change for me. It's the only way we can change it is by putting it in front of people that have not seen it before. And you're not going to do that on YouTube or stuff, I'm afraid.
No,
as cool as it is, there's way too many other videos on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, definitely. How are they going to even stumble across it? How is it even going to be there for them to find?
Well, it's going to be very rare. Did you see I did a podcast last week?
No.
Sorry. So I did a podcast last week. A guy approached me a few weeks back and said he wanted to do a podcast. And I was like, yeah, of course, no problem. But it was it was nothing to do with RC, this podcast. I mean, he's had like Marines on there. He's had UFC fighters. He's had Carol Vorderman on there. Loads of different things. And then he wanted me on there. I'm like, yeah, well, cool. Why not? So basically, he stumbled across it. It did come up on YouTube.
What it was, Leroy, I need to stop you just for a second. He heard that you were the man that turned Philip Schofield.
I knew that was coming.
That's why. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, go on, carry
on. So yeah, after turning Philip Schofield, he saw that and it popped up, and then he got sucked in. And, yes. He got sucked in, and and then oh god, I'm broken. How are we doing?
That is what he said, not she said.
Oh. What are we talking about?
Right, let's try and compose ourselves. Jesus.
Right. So I went on this podcast and basically found us.
I think we might have lost Leroy.
Oh dear.
Man down.
So
you did a podcast. You did yeah, it's Liz laughing in the background, exactly. So you did a podcast and he got sucked in with
everyone's like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, and he found RC and he's got obsessed with it during the lockdown period, and then my name kept getting said. That's how he found me. But it was just very cool. It was just very cool to be involved with something that was not RC in the first place, and hopefully that gets a few more people involved. But we need to do that with more things. So the answer to the question is, I have no idea.
That was a long answer. Yeah, put it in front of people.
But nothing.
In a shopping centre with 10 scale, off-road or on-road or anything is a good forum to do that.
Yes, I do actually have an idea on how to do it. I just don't want to really say masses about it yet because I want to make it mine. I've spoken about it with you before about trying to get it into people's homes.
Yes.
So, moving on. So Manny says he ran your car and it was awesome, much more consistent than my setup. I ran your car too.
Did you? Oh, you did. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What did you think? Well, you didn't have prime conditions to be running it, to be fair.
I didn't. But the front end was quite nice. I could see how it was quite easy to drive because you run a lot stiffer spring than me in the front, and it definitely stopped the car from diving, which I like mine to do. But I can see why it was nice it would be nice for people not looking for that amount of steering or rotation.
Yeah.
So I think that was what I took away from that. It was the front end was good, and I'm going to try it on my car. Still keeping a little bit more steering in, but I'm going to try and go like in the middle.
Do some of that sort of stuff. Yeah, exactly. There was a load of comments that have sprung in there, I think.
Well, everyone's laughing at us.
Well, probably, which is a fair thing, really.
Could we do? Scott Fonson says, could we do a video on ape tires explaining the tread and compound to use at various tracks and weather? Yeah, we can try. Although we're still trying to understand it too, Scott. But yes, we can try.
Yeah, we can try.
Kev said he thought your car was pretty good, and when he tried it, although he doesn't drive a wheel radio, he was just wrecking it like I was.
Kev, that's because you didn't reverse the servo on the steering. If you'd have reversed the servo on the steering on a steering wheel,
you would have been flying, mate.
That would have been it. That would have been it.
Flying.
It's actually worrying how good Kev is with a steering wheel radio when he runs sticks, because he's definitely better than I would be the other way around. So
yeah, I'm rubbish with sticks. Rubbish. So Manny Panesar said he used to race at Olympia in West London. Awesome exposure. I remember doing Olympia and Ali Pali as well back in the day.
Right. Similar things like expos where people are there that possibly wouldn't have seen it before. Yeah. Exactly.
Model expos where people already have a common interest of models, and then CRC racing and probably get involved that way. Quincy says, sure, it would be great to have you guys come to Bermuda. We'd love to go there if we don't get lost in the triangle.
Exactly. It would be good. It would be very good.
Maybe it'd be nice to get lost in Bermuda.
It would be good. It would be very good.
Yeah. Craig Homer should put it alongside a full-size race car meet somewhere at Brands Hatch Silverstone. There was a thing a few years ago. I was meant to go on it. It was for... I can't remember. Someone put it on, and Matt McCullum was something to do with it as well, where it was at a British Rallycross event, and they wanted me to go and do some stunts and stuff in the interim. Someone else went and did it in the end. I can't remember who went and did it, but it was some ape-scaled cars going around. But yeah, a lot of that never. I think in order to get people hooked into it, they have to be able to have a go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's quite key.
Thing is good because, like MKGP, they can have a go, but I think they need something more exciting than what they give them. I almost think to make it so people want to do it, you have to give them a car they can kind of jump and bash up.
Definitely. Not drive around at 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's so slow that even like if I queued up to have a go with that, I mean, my kids get bored of doing it. They think it's cool for about a minute. But if you give them something they can like really get a hold of, like we've said before, if you have like an inflatable area, so if they hit stuff, it's not going to break anything, hopefully.
And they can just that'd be like my brother's business with the inflatable. We could do an inflatable track. He does that with his kids' karts and stuff. So it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility.
I think we need to look at something like that because, especially if you're like a motorsport guy anyway, if you could have a go with something that did like quite a speed, I think you'd get quite hooked by it.
Yes.
Not 3 miles an hour.
No.
So, BMW have done something with Tamiya cars at BTCC events. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. I mean, Paul Upton does quite a few things. He was meant to do a lot of the F1 races this year with Tamiya or something like that.
Yes. In a previous life, you've seen this. I'm just having a little thing if I can find it. I did something with Mini Zeds, the Goodwood Festival of Speed, once upon a time in a previous life. Probably not going to be able to show it. But anyway.
Yeah, I remember it was a very awesome.
We agree. Get it in front of people that have not seen it before, and they'll love it. If you like motorsports, you like cars, there's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't love what we do, because we're all petrol heads at the end of the day.
Steve Harris says, "Yo, Lee Martin. Yo, Steve. It's been a long time, my friend. I hope you're well." Sarah Campbell says, "It's great watching you guys. It's like watching a classic carry-on film."
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Scott Fine too. Tiverton RC used to hold a race meeting at Yeovil Car Festival. They did indeed. We need to get into the car festival scene. That's what we need to do. If we ever have car festivals again.
Yeah, definitely.
So Winston Barnett says, "Hi, Sarah." Scott Fullington, Torch Car Fest, a couple of years ago, they did as well. It's very good. There's still Weston Park promoting all RC factors, says Winston Barnett. Somehow get James May and film a race on Top Gear. I mean, I've done Top Gear stuff before.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done Top Gear stuff. I've done McDonald's stuff. I've done Centre Park stuff. It's just hard to push it onto that next level. You really need to get people to have a go of it. I mean, we had a video go viral on a car website, a car Facebook page, and it had like millions and millions of views of me driving around a carpet track. But 3 minutes later, there's a video of a cat poking someone in the eye. And, and then they forget about the RC car that was in the video before. So we need to get people to actually have a go with it. I mean, we were watching with my kids earlier and watching ultimate failed fart videos, so when there's stuff like that to watch, I mean, come on.
Could have done a few of those over some of the road trips that we've done to do toy car racing. I managed to find from my brother the Mini Z track that we made to go to Goodwood Festival of Speed with. This is a long time ago now. And basically show RC, it's on there. Show it was Kyosho Mini Zs that we used for it. We were by all of the activities that you can do when you go to the Festival of Speed, and it was an absolute roaring success. In fact, we were approached by Scale Electric to do something similar. In fact, they did it themselves in the end the following year, which put us out of work. But is that up on your screen yet?
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Yeah, seeing it. And we did this whole little track, and people come along and pay their £2 and crash the hell out of these little Mini Zs, and we'd spent quite a bit of time trying to make it look like a track, and that was a massive success, absolutely massive success. We need to be doing more stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, 100%. That a little bit bigger with some jumps, and people would absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was early days of Mini Z stuff. That was probably version 1. That's a long time ago. That's probably 20 years ago. I would have thought that we were doing stuff like that. Now with the little off-road cars or the trucks and stuff, you could do something really cool. Really cool. That gets people. It's a bug, isn't it? At the end of the day, you drive one of these things, you think that's super cool, and you move through. Often you move through the scales. You start as accessible, and then you end up, in our opinion, obviously, in 8 scale as a premier class of off-road and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. I was talking to someone about it the other day. I can't remember who. I think I was on my driveway, and there's no middle ground between you crap stuff and then you race stuff. There needs to be that area in between where people can kind of dip a toe in it without spending a fortune, and they can maybe do it at home and practice and then move on.
Yeah, I would agree. I definitely would agree with that, because with 8 scale, particularly, again, if you try to dip your toe in the water, you get stuff that doesn't work massively well, when you probably get annoyed with it and bin it off because it never works. It doesn't, it keeps stopping or whatever it might be. There's definitely a middle ground there, isn't there? Something that just works really good, so you can just turn up and enjoy it without all of the failures, and then progress on to the competition side. But it's hard to do that at a price point, I guess, which is why that gap's probably missing.
Yeah, it is. And Craig Homer just put something up. He said, what about an open track day for members of the public? They had it once at Wickham and brought a few in. And we have spoken about this, but, around us, our track, we have Jaguar Land Rover, and we have the British Heritage Museum. It would be perfect to tie. Yeah, Aston Martin. It would be perfect to tie something in with all them guys. With such an area of motorsport, Silverstone's only down the road, all the F1 companies, there has to be something we can do to get people involved, from people that are already kind of involved in all that other stuff.
That would be exciting. And we've got our, Oliver Taylor as well.
Yeah. Yep.
He works for one of those companies that comes and races at the track regularly. That would be cool to do something tied in with those guys, especially the Motor Museum as well. We've said this before. We had a national there once upon a time, so there's definitely form there. Yeah.
We need to work on that during this lockdown. Maybe it's a little job for me.
Yeah, sounds good.
So yes, we're amazingly, with absolutely nothing to talk about, we've gone over schedule.
Sorry. to anyone that's watching.
It was probably 10 minutes of laughing.
Yeah, well, that was too much.
Oh,
Too
man.
much.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, definitely good. So, well, we should probably wrap it up then, I guess. That's your bit. Oh my God, I looked away and you'd got a hat on. I was not expecting that.
I feel like this is like what Winnie would look like if he did a podcast.
Possibly.
Especially with the hair. I've got long hair going on. There we go.
Slightly longer beard.
Yeah, get it pushed out like that, popped out.
That's getting there.
So, yes. Anything to say, Johnny boy?
No, I don't think so. Thank you for everybody that's been watching and stuff and feeding some comments, saying all that sort of stuff. It makes it a little bit easier for us to talk about something, doesn't it? So, yeah, thank you. And over to Leroy for a sign-off.
Yes, thank you, everyone. So go and watch the RC Cars That Rock video. A lot of people have been asking for them. So I've finally done another one, and please go and watch it. It's awesome. It's on our YouTube channel. Apart from that, please hit a thumbs up button. I'd like to see more than 10 likes. So I'm going to hang on for like a minute because I know we're 20 seconds behind. If we can just get a load of likes up to like 20, and then I can disappear on you. If you hit the share button. Hey?
Subscribe.
I'm getting there. Please hit the share to all your friends, subscribe as well. Hit the bell icon if you'd like to be notified every time we're doing a live, in case one weekend you're just going to forget that we exist. And then we'll pop up and we'll tell you that we're going live, and you can laugh along with us with a glass of red. See, there's a few likes coming in. I'm happy about that. There's still 50 odd guys watching live, let alone the guys that watch afterwards. So I reckon the likes button can pop up quite a bit more. John Glasbrook has given up. He says good night. He also says Gaydon. He also says Gaydon again. He says quite a lot of things about Gaydon. We're up to 20 likes. So look at that. It all works.
Look at that. Exactly. That was all to do with you spinning the wine glass.
Just spinning the glass. Just spinning
18
the glass.
of those are Philip Schofield that's watching.
Yeah, he filled one of them.
Okay, it's time to go.
Yes.
Thank you, Leroy. Thank you, everybody else. And we will see you next Monday.
You know, it's a watershed when we're on, but people can watch it any time of the day.
That is, yeah, I'm surprised that we've not had some sort of warning from YouTube yet, actually, on that.
There's far worse out there.
That's true. We're not on their radar, that's for sure. Keep safe, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, all.